Hey guys, TBI here, and I feel nobody has covered this topic before. Boy bands, but as Pokémon. I got this idea just now from my family since they went out to a JLS reunion concert, and it got me thinking. There are singing and dancing Pokémon in the Pokémon world, sure, but which would fit best at being a band, more specifically, a boy band? So what I'm planning on doing is making 5 distinct members of the band, led by a manager. You know, a manager figure, kind of like the ace of a team, the one that's usually the highest level on your team, and the one that's for the important battles. What separates them from being a regular band, however, is I won't be focusing on attributes akin to musical instruments or abilities that involve singing, but more about the tropes that a typical boy band have, by finding the best candidate for each stereotype. With that all said, let's kick things off with the first trope, which is the heartthrob, the unofficial face to the band, the one that fans swoon over and are desperate to get attention from. I imagine if the group was ever to disband, then they could make a successful solo career. So we need an adoring Pokemon with a lovable personality that is the face of the band, almost like a mascot, which is why I honestly think Pikachu fits the stereotype really well. Pikachu is Pokemon's iconic mascot, and as a heartthrob, you know there are trillions of adoring fans that would do anything for this adorable mouse. Full of electricity too, you know this Pika will power through any concert and leave the audience charged up. Next we need the bad boy, the rougher one of the group that will avoid publicity and look away when you're trying to have a conversation. They tend to wear darker clothing or leather and even possibly have spikes. In terms of Pokemon designs, there are a few edgy Pokemon that would easily fill this role. But what better Pokemon than Zoroark? It has the eyeliner, its hair is tied back, and I could easily see this fearless fox pulling off leather with ease. Honestly, this Pokemon would cause so much drama in the group without a care, and if it needed to get out of trouble, it could quite literally make an illusion or transform into someone else to avoid any blame or responsibility. But from that tricky trope, we next need a cutie, someone to foil the bad boy and keep them in check, while not being as much of a sexual icon as the heartthrob. Usually sweet, childish and adorable, but can't quite seem to age out of the baby face or grow facial hair, which is why I think thematically and type matchup conscious, Azumarill is the best option. You can't look at it and tell me it isn't cute. Definitely looks more feminine, which is a nice bonus, and I feel reaching your final stage at level 18, or 18 years old, just leans into the no longer aging angle I mentioned earlier. Plus, Bubbles at a concert, come on, that's perfect. Now we need the mature older brother figure. A cool, collective individual that tends to be the leader of the band, has wit to them and is clever to resolve dispute, and fans are able to relate if they feel responsible as well. This one was difficult, but I feel a psychic type like Indeedee would be best here. It definitely has the vibe of older brother, and I could see it managing the group's issues with its mental capabilities. Also, its Pokédex entry states it picks up the positive energies from others via its horns, and uses those emotions to fuel itself. Singing on stage to emotional fans is definitely going to keep it fueled during the whole night. Finally, for the members, we need the quiet and reserved one. Possibly a bit nerdy and shy, and doesn't always understand the group dynamic or what role it has within the group. This spot goes to Alolan Sandslash for a few reasons. I needed to round out the team with the typings I hadn't used yet, and I wanted the regional form to represent diversity in a group. Not to mention Alolan Sandslash can curl into a ball if feeling shy, and the role on the team is quite literally to roll. It could roll around on stage or in the audience, and it could even use its spines to reflect light from the stage to make the stadium filled up with dazzling lights. Just make sure to be careful if it were to stage dive. I genuinely think this boy band is looking great. However, we need to look at the manager of the group that will organise the shows and keep the boys out of trouble. This Pokemon is the ace of the team after all, so it'll need to step up to the challenge and be able to handle the heat. So I think this Pokemon should have a lot of experience and should definitely be powerful. It should have some kind of musical background since they'll be managing a group of 5 singers that are still learning the musical world. I'm thinking on the lines of starter Pokemon, with more to it than just face value, since they are a loyal asset on the team and usually are the highest levels. Starter Pokemon are built differently to the standard Pokemon, since they're meant to be marketable, and are intended to lead not only a team, but a generation. So if you haven't guessed already through my hints, I think Skeledirge is the best candidate to manage these boys. This caring crocodile has been through it all, even into the afterlife, so you know it's going to remain loyal to the group and stand by their side through it all. Skeledirge also has a little Firebird microphone that could fly across the concert like a phoenix, and it could even come on stage and give the audience a torch song on special occasions. So there you have it. A spur-of-the-moment video inspired by a JLS tour that made me realise that these 6 Pokemon not only work as an incredible boy band theme team, but also as an interesting playthrough team to try out on Scarlet and Violet run if you're feeling creative. Hopefully I've inspired you to create your own boy band team, or even just a band team in general. I'd love to hear your ideas or feedback on the team in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe too if you thought this idea was awesome, so I know to create more videos like this in the future. But until next time, train hard, team build to the best of your abilities, and I'll see you all in my next video.